The biggest mistake that I see realtors taking their client to the wrong building. First of all, I think we still, even if it's pre-construction, you got to know your client. What are your needs? Is it investment? Are you going to live on it? Second home, residential. Residential buildings, they create community. More safety, elevators will be separated, so you don't want to have more connection. We're going to have buildings that have Airbnb component. If it's an Airbnb component, I understand that's an investment.
We've seen a big wave of that recently here, right? Of Airbnb, short-term rentals, right?
Airbnb it's a big wave. Most of the buildings that are being built, a lot of them are Airbnb buildings. And let's be realistic, Airbnb is here to stay. And all these new buildings contemplate the idea of having an entrance for the owners and an entrance for the Airbnb guests. They'll be greeted like a hotel. They'll get their card. Amount of people that'll be able to go up there.
That's very interesting. That's actually very interesting, because I don't think, so in the past, when these Airbnb, it was unsafe for the residents that were living in the same building, right? And there was no control of the flow of traffic, or the unit owners that you don't know if he was bringing in, they're renting an apartment and they were bringing in, 5 or 6 people to stay, right? And then it turned, deteriorating the apartment that much quicker.
They were bypassing the condominium approvals.
Got it.
Right, so it was all not legal. Now you're having city-approved buildings that are Airbnb. The other thing is this: if you're in an Airbnb building, you're in the hospitality business. You're competing with hotels. So now all Airbnb buildings, they're all going to have spas. They're going to have, a lot of amenities. A lot of
high-end restaurants in the building.
High restaurants.
The building. We've seen a lot of that recently with a lot of new construction. Right. There's a couple that come to mind that we work together that we're seeing what kind of restaurants are bringing in here. 5-star, 4-star restaurants from New York are starting to occupy these places, and in a lot of ways they're being treated a lot like hotels, right?
Like a hotel,
but with a very cool component that you could also live in the building if you wanted to.
Correct.
If you wanted that lifestyle.